deal with airplane peanuts.
Bill Burr's stand-up in movie form. This is a quote from Bill Burr's longtime business partner describing his new movie titled Old Dads. After being delayed for the past 6 months due to a number of speculated reasons that we'll get into later this video, Bill Burr has finally set a release date for the Netflix film that is largely based on his life story.
This movie that you've made is a subject that's near and dear to your heart. It's about being dads. Older dads, right?
Old dads, yeah.
Old dads.
There was something that came about by, not getting my together and having kids really late in life. Like I'm 54, my kids are 5 and 2. I didn't realize like how much the world had changed. Like my daughter's in kindergarten now, and I was in kindergarten 50 years ago. So just the whole way that they teach, like everything, literally, I'd be like, "Oh, you're on the jungle gym," and she'd be like, "It's called the structure." and then I'd be like, "Yeah," and then I'd be like, "Oh my God, I said jungle. Am I, was that borderline racist now? Like, what did I just say?" And you just start freaking out.
Over the past few years, Bill Burr has put together a very respectable acting resume, making guest appearances in shows like Breaking Bad and The Mandalorian, as well as creating his own animated series, F is for Family. But due to some dire on-set circumstances, this new movie required Bill Burr to step into an all-new role for the first time in his career. Filming for Old Dads started during the pandemic in 2020, and every major director was booked up. Without a director, the entire project was in jeopardy. And in order to not lose the opportunity for this movie to get made altogether, Bill Burr had to step in and save the day, making his director debut strictly out of necessity.
The level of work that directing is, I had no idea. Like, you have to answer every single fucking question. Like, this is when I knew I was in trouble. There was one scene, like, our set director, right? Lovely person. She comes up to me. She goes, "Okay, in this scene, there's going to be a barbecue." And I'm like, "Yeah, all right, cool." And she goes, "Were we thinking paper plates?" I'm like, "Yeah, paper plates." And she goes, "What kind of paper plates?" And I was just like, fucking go to Ralph's.
If this movie is sounding familiar, it might be because Old Dads was supposed to come out a long time ago. In fact, Bill Burr first promoted the movie in August of 2022 during his historic show at Fenway Park. The year-long delay was most likely due to a change in decision-making when it came to selling the movie to Netflix. But many Reddit users speculate the pushback may have been caused by Burt Kreischer's movie The Machine and Sebastian Maniscalco's film About My Father, coming out at similar times. Both movies included the same overarching premise of a popular stand-up comedian turning part of their life story into a large-budget movie. Ironically enough, Bill Burr leaking the Old Dads trailer during a massive show in his hometown is almost identical to the way that Burt Kreischer premiered The Machine trailer during his show in Tampa.
We showed the trailer to Old Dads. People really liked it.
I called Sony, the company distributing our movie. I said, "Hey, can we move the trailer date forward a week? I grew up in Tampa. I think it would mean a lot to show this trailer in Tampa." Don't get too excited. They said no.
Comedians jumping from the stand-up world into the movie industry isn't anything new. And although comics getting involved in movies can help produce funnier projects, it can sometimes turn their stand-up careers into an afterthought. It doesn't take a genius to figure out going all in on movies will lead to less time writing, performing, and trying out new jokes. But this doesn't seem like it will be an issue when it comes to Bill Burr.
The acting, the stand-up, or is it?
Yeah, it's something if I can, the right thing comes along or whatever. But I'm a comedian. And I want to be,
But you seem like you have interest.
I do, but I also
did you direct recently, and
yeah, and that's I'm not allowed for whatever fucking reason. You can't say when it's going to come out until they tell you. I don't understand. Like, this is just like a wasted, opportunity right here. But yeah, it's going to be coming out.
Old Dads will premiere October 20th on Netflix, which is only 58 days away. Guest spots from last week: The Joe Rogan Experience had on Terrence Crawford. Two Bears, One Cave was Bert and Tom, Tom and Bert. Kill Tony this week was with Ty Rivera. YMH did not have a guest. Flagrant had on Jelly Roll. Sam Morril was on Hey Babe. We Might Be Drunk had on Joe List. Joe List was also the guest on Stavi's World, as well as Whiskey Ginger and Taste Buds.
So you're telling me they're pushing a new physical media in this day and age?
Brother, 4K is, yeah.
I know about 4K. It's been around a long time. I have a 4K television.
Yeah, but they didn't have 4K disc. These are 4K. They do 4K full transfer. The movies look unbelievable.
Okay.
So you get a 4K. You get a 4K of a movie that came out in the 70s, and you watch it, and you're like, this is what it looked like day one in the theater.
Oh, okay. I
You know
get
what I
that.
mean?
Okay, so Joe, who actually Joe is a filmmaker himself.
Yes, I am a filmmaker.
Little shout out there.
That's correct.
I just did a thing with you. We just did a program together.
We
you
did,
and I.
yes.
Yeah.
I cast you, and I appreciated the director listening because oftentimes people write like, "Oh, who should we get for this?" And I'm like, "Oh, you gotta get Scoopily Boop," and then they don't even look
Which
at
is my
it.
working name.
Yeah, Scoopily Boop.
This past weekend with Theo Von did not have a guest. The Blocks podcast talked with Kumail Nanjiani. Jim Gaffigan was on The Honeydew. Trevor Wallace was on First Date. Take Your Shoes Off with Rick Glassman talked with Bobby Altoff. Are You Garbage had on Lauren Compton. Being In with Jordan had on Tom Takar. Anthony Rodeo was on You Know What Dude. Jared Freed was on OnlyFans. And Tiger Belly had on Mark Normand.
You notice I'm going right down the middle here between you two.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to be rude, but...
And as he's doing that to you, I'm getting secondhand discomfort too, so I'm looking down and twirling this thing.
Thank God. Okay, you
Wait,
get it.
so when I'm giving him compliments, he's deflecting it to you?
Yeah, I feel it, so then I just look down and twirl.
How did you feel when he was...
I was looking at George.
Oh, wow.
No one was looking at you.
Yeah, no one was looking at me.
Yeah.
And where were you looking?
I was looking at you, just accepting the compliments as if they were to me.
All right, why do you look like a pedophile mayor?
Yeah. You look like a pedophile mayor.
Holy shit.
As far as new stand-up comedy specials that are either out right now or coming out very soon, Joe List Enough for Everybody is the big full hour from last week, along with Jared Freed's new special 37 and Single, which is top 10 on Netflix right now. We also had 30 Minutes with Dave Smith premiere earlier today on YouTube. Tom Takar Noir is out right now on 800 Pound Gorilla, and Adam Ray put out a full special on his channel titled Live from Portland.
I had to poop at a Starbucks a few weeks ago, and first of all, they know when you're pooping and not purchasing. So enough with the fake customer shit of like, hey, what's up? Can I get you, what kind of new beans you guys got? Can I just get a straw to go? A bag of ice grande. They're like, hey man, it's 2248. Don't break anything in there.
There's also quite a few specials that will be coming out relatively soon. The one every comedy fan has circled on their calendars is Shane Gillis, who recently confirmed that his new hour will be uploaded sometime before September 11th.
What a terrible name for an airline. It reminds me of that tragedy.
Speaking of upcoming specials that have already been filmed but not yet released, there's quite a few comics falling into that category right now, such as Nick Mullen, Trevor Wallace, and Whitney Cummings. Matt McCusker's debut stand-up special, The Speed of Light, has officially surpassed 1 million views on YouTube, which is dope as hell. Congratulations to Matt on putting out one of the best hours of the year. Whether it's brand new specials or random podcast appearances, it seems like there's more content coming out of the comedy world now than there ever has been, and it's definitely getting harder to keep up with all your favorite comics. That's exactly why you should subscribe to Joke World right now to stay in the comedy loop. And if you need comedy news on the go, all of these episodes are available to be downloaded wherever you listen to podcasts. Thank you for watching this video, and for the love of God, please check out our Instagram, you bastards. We have 14,000 Instagram followers and 300,000 YouTube subscribers. It's the same content. Go follow us on Instagram. And if you're old and you're like, I don't have an Instagram, we're on Facebook now.
At Joke World. That's it, at Joke World.
And the world is WRLD.
That's a great YouTube channel, Joke World. Check it out.